My dear friend and partner Gaius, I have terrible news.
Forgive me.
Well, some interesting news here reported across the internet. I think this came out yesterday, 19 hours ago. It's on multiple websites. Velma Season 2 now in the works at hbomax. So, luckily, the cringe will continue. And I will be subjected to watch it. Now, I'm sure anyone who's clicking on this is familiar with this show. The animation's not really bad, but the humor is really terrible. They don't really do a bunch of mystery solving. It's not really Scooby-Doo-ish in any sort of way. If you want to watch a good Scooby-Doo show, go watch Mystery Incorporated. I think that's also on HBO Max. And Mindy Kaling is continuing to fail upward. I got IMDb over here at 1.4 out of 10, which is really like a 0.4 out of 10 because you can't only give a 1 star on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes, 7% audience score. I think that's actually up from 6%. So it's a little bit of an improvement. 42% with critics, but you can't really trust critics. It really is kind of fascinating how stuff like this works. I've never seen anybody in the real world fail upwards. Like somebody can't do their job, they're normally not given a promotion. I'm sure it does happen, but it seems like in Hollywood, the worse things you put out, the more they will just pile on and give you. Now, to address the elephant in the room, I know there's going to be some people who are going to say, oh, well, it's because people are making videos on them and stuff like that. It's giving it more attention, but I don't think that would... the top video I have for Velma is like, I don't know, maybe like 200K likes. I know some people have a lot more, some people have way more subscribers than me, but I don't think that would be enough to push it over the threshold of getting another season. The other thing that's completely possible would be that HBO originally ordered 20 episodes and they just split it up into 10 and 10. So no matter how this season did, they were always going to get a second season, which I think is a lot more likely because there's nobody talking positively about this show. I've yet to see anybody come out and be like, oh yeah, I really like this. Yeah, you got the odd person on Twitter who will do that, but that's pretty much it. Alright, read this article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, read it a little bit, but work has begun on the second season of Velma despite the show's overly negative reviews. Serving as a fresh reboot of the Scooby-Doo story, the new show serves as a prequel going back to when the members of Mystery Inc. weren't yet solving mysteries together while traveling from one spooky location to another. The characters have been reimagined in both appearance and personality. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. While the total absence of Scooby-Doo himself has served as one of the biggest gripes fans have had about the show. And I think that's really true. One, you can't do a Scooby-Doo show without Scooby-Doo. That's just ridiculous. And two, I know race swapping was a huge thing when the show came out, but I actually don't really even care about the race swapping personally. I think some of the characters got a little better going on. But this show, one, it hates white people. They embarrass Fred or Norval's dad every 2 seconds. The characters, Norval I guess he learned to stand up for himself through the end of it. That was okay. Daphne, I don't really like her character, but I guess I don't hate her. I think Fred got a little bit better maybe, but he's still like a petulant man-child. And I think the show probably could have worked if it was not using the Scooby-Doo IP. But then the problematic thing would be, would anyone actually watch it? And I'm not sure. But I think that's what initially pissed everybody off. But the most egregious thing about it is Mindy Kaling's Velma Dinkley. Because Velma is the most unlikable protagonist I think I've ever seen. Like, I think it's between her and Guy Ladriel. But I would probably pick Guy Ladriel over Velma. At least, she does some good things. She's not... no, I can't really even say that either. But she's just so... Mindy Kaling's Velma is just so unlikable. She's rude to everybody. She doesn't respect anyone else's opinions. She kicked her parents out, her father and her stepdad at the end of the show. She literally caused her mother to run away because she was so terrible. She's mean to everybody at school. She abuses Norville. Somehow everyone is in love with her. It's just like this is like a narcissistic sociopath kiss to themselves basically while they're looking in the mirror. And I think sadly Mindy Kaling has a lot of really kind of self-loathing qualities that she needs to work out, probably in the therapist's office and not in the Velma show. All right, that was a little bit of a rant. Let's continue with the article. I apologize. In any case, Velma was met with very harsh reviews from critics and viewers upon its release on HBO last month. It is an abysmal audience score, 7% on Rotten Tomatoes, 42% critic score. Velma is faring even worse on IMDb. Okay, we went over that already. But for all those bad reviews, people were tuning in for Velma en masse, even if seemingly most viewers weren't enjoying it. And that high viewership may have been enough to convince HBO Max to roll the dice with another season, perhaps hopeful that fans will start warming up to the show by season 2. And that's not impossible. A lot of the characters were put into a better place. Seems like Fred matured. Norville's not as much of a beta. Daphne and Velma have like a stronger friendship, I guess. But Mindy Kaling's Velma is just still the most unlikable character there is. She's condescending, she's mean, she's arrogant, and she just like craps all over every single person. You might be able to save some of the other characters. I don't think you can possibly save Velma and make her likable. Not from what we've seen so far. And also, really quick, sorry, I know I'm rambling, and I know, like I said, I'm a little sick. It's not great to listen to my voice right now. But HBO does keep boasting that Velma got very high numbers. I think I saw somewhere it was like the highest watched animation on the network, but they haven't actually released anything yet, so I think that's really telling as well. Sorry about that, I had to jump over to comicbook.com for the actual scoop. Alright, let's read here. Looks like the team behind Velma is already gearing up for season 2. The animated series made its debut earlier this year, and the adult Scooby-Doo comedy became a lightning rod for controversy. That's true. So the show reeled in audiences each week, and a new report has confirmed the team is already working on Velma's next season. You know, failing upwards is amazing. Update comes from Deadline as their trade spokes with Channing Dungey. I'm going to butcher Channing Dungey. Sorry if I butchered that. Chairman and CEO of Warner Television Group. It was there the executive talked about the company's expansive list of comedies from Night Court to Ted Lasso, and before the chat ended, Deadline made sure to pass on an update for Velma. I don't really need to read on, I don't think. Listen, I really do believe they ordered 20 episodes, and these ones were already in the works, and that's why we're getting a second season. But it also wouldn't surprise me if it's just a whole netizen thing, and Mindy Kaling is just failing upwards because she's such a comedy genius. That's obviously sarcasm. So I don't know if I'm going to be covering it yet. I think maybe I should. I know a lot of people enjoy the videos, but like it does get kind of hard to watch and depressing after a little bit. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. If you got any thoughts, please leave a comment down in the comment section. Why you think this abomination is getting a second season? If you enjoyed what I'm saying, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more updates like this, and I will catch everybody in the next one. Later.